So I submitted my mission papers and I accidentally had a typo in my address. I left off a 0. So I knew my call had already been assigned and I knew it was going to get mailed out. So that Wednesday I went and grabbed a blanket and my journal and some sunglasses and a snack, and I camped out by the mailbox for about 2 or 3 hours before I realized that the mail had, because I had opened the mailbox and there was mail in it, but I thought it was yesterday's mail, but I realized that was indeed today's mail and my mission call was not in there. And I realized my address was spelt wrong. So I called my bishop and was freaking out, like, "Bishop, you have to call someone because I wrote my address wrong and we need to call someone. We need to tell the mission office so they can figure this out and I can get my call." So he called them and they got it all figured out, and they're like, "If the postal service probably returned it to us. If they did, we'll just send it back to you and you'll get it in like a week. If we didn't get it back, we'll have to like reprocess it and like reassign it, and it could take a couple more weeks." So I was just waiting to figure out how that was going, and one day I came home and went to go check the mail, and there was a little envelope in there that had my name on it, and it was from the church. And I was like, this is not my mission call. Mission calls are like big envelopes. And it said it was from the church travel services department. And I opened the piece of paper and it just said, "Honduras missions visa requirements." So I was just alone in the street by my mailbox going, I guess I'm going to Honduras. And I like ran into my kitchen and no one else was home. I was just by myself. And I'm like fumbling through all these papers to try and figure out as much information as I can. And there was one little part that said Honduras San Pedro Sula mission. And then under it, it's like October 30th, because I had to mail some stuff back to them. And I was just standing there alone in my kitchen, like, this has the name of a mission on it. I guess that's where I'm going. So I called my mom and my best friend and my bishop, and I just had to call a bunch of people to tell them, like, I guess I'm going to Honduras. And then I went and I looked online to try and figure out like who my mission president was, or as much as I could about it. And I realized that in a couple of weeks the mission was about to split. Like the paper said Honduras San Pedro Sula mission, but I was in the Honduras San Pedro Sula East mission. So then we had to call the mission department and figure out like all these things. So slowly throughout the day, I found out more and more of, I'm going to the Mexico MTC and I leave October 30th and President Klein will be my mission president. So it was a weird day. And I'd actually just gotten dumped by my boyfriend like 3 hours before that. So it was a very emotional day of like ups and downs. And I remember I think I felt every emotion on the spectrum that day, of anxiety and fear and happiness and content. And that night I did cry a bit because I was like, I'm gonna go to a third world country. Where they take bucket showers and all the roads are dirt. And if you Google Honduras San Pedro Sula, it will tell you that it's the most dangerous city in the world. They have the highest rate of homicide per capita of anywhere in the world. So I was just pretty scared about it, but I just remember praying and feeling so peaceful and just feeling the love of my Heavenly Father and just knowing that like everything was going to be okay, that everything that happened that day was supposed to be, and that I was supposed to go to Honduras.